I used to love you.
Yeah.
Then I got tired of loving someone who kept hurting me.
Yeah. I know what you remember. The fights, the lies, the nights I disappeared. You remember every promise I broke when you needed me near. I called it needed space, you called it walking away. I said I needed time, you heard I don't care. I kept pushing every limit just to see how long you stayed. Never thought there'd be a day you finally walk away, but you did.
And I can't blame you. I kept forgiving you until forgiveness felt like losing me. I kept waiting for the man you promised you would be. I didn't stop loving you, I stopped believing you. You gave me every reason to become someone you couldn't reach. I didn't wake up hating you. You taught me how to leave, and now you ask me why I don't feel the same.
I remember who you were before all the damage. I wanted that person back, but every time I forgave you, you gave me another reason not to. So I stopped waiting, I stopped hoping there's somewhere in between.
I stopped loving you the same.
Yeah, I made you hate me, that's the part I can't escape. I knew exactly what would hurt you when I said it anyway. I knew your weakest places, knew the words that made you break. Then I come back with an apology like sorry, fix the damage. I wanted control, wanted you scared to leave, wanted proof you never walk away. Even when I gave you reasons, that's not love, that's fear. And I disguised it as devotion. I wasn't protecting what we had, I was slowly killing it and calling that emotion. Oh!
I didn't stop loving you, I stopped believing you. You gave me every reason to become someone you couldn't reach. I didn't wake up hating you. You taught me how to leave, and now you ask me why I don't feel the
I said
same.
things just to hurt you, then acted like I didn't mean it. You cried, I changed the subject, then expected you to forgive it. I broke trust, rebuilt it, broke it down again. Every time you said, this is the last time, I promised I would change. And I did the same thing, same excuses, same mistakes, same apology the next day. I kept asking you to stay while giving you reasons to leave. How the hell was I surprised when you finally chose to breathe? I was selfish, I was reckless, I was jealous, I was defensive. Turned affection into possession, turned your patience into pressure. Every second that you gave me, I treated like protection. Every boundary that you drew, I treated like rejection. You were trying to love me, I was trying to control it. You were begging me to change, I was busy trying to own it. I kept saying, you'll never find somebody who knows you like I do. But the truth is, you found somebody better the second you stopped choosing me. I made you hate me, I get it.
I saw you breaking,
And I still kept pushing,
I know you leave.
and I still kept testing.
I called it love when it was nothing but my fear.
I called it passion,
When I was making you disappear,
I had your heart and treated it.
it like something I could waste.
Now I want it back.
No, I don't get to ask.
Yeah.
I didn't stop loving you, I stopped believing you. You gave me every reason to become someone you couldn't reach. I didn't wake up hating you. You taught me how to leave, and now I finally know I don't have to stay. You made me hate you, but I had to save myself. You were sitting right beside me,
And somehow,
I still felt alone.
yeah, you tell me about your day. I be staring at my phone. I say, yeah, I'm listening, but my mind was somewhere else. You asked me for an hour, I gave you 20 minutes. Then wonder why you stopped telling me what you were feeling. I was there for the pictures, there for birthdays, there for dinner. But when you really needed me, I was never really in it. I thought showing up was enough, I didn't understand. You weren't asking for my body sitting next to you.
You wanted me present, I didn't need a perfect answer, I just needed
telling you the little things, the things that made me happy, the things that scared me, the things I wanted to become. Not because I didn't trust you, I just stopped expecting you to notice. I thought providing was love and thought protection was enough. Thought if I kept the lights on, I had already done my part. But love isn't just the big things, it's remembering what she said. It's noticing when her voice changes, it's asking how she slept. It's putting down the phone when she needs you there. And I missed it not once, not twice. I made absence a habit. Then I acted surprised when she stopped reaching for me.
You were there, but you weren't there for me. But you weren't there. You held my hand, but you never saw me. But you never kept saying I'm okay, because I got tired of explaining. You were there, but you weren't there for me.
I remember every time you tried to tell me something mattered. I said not right now, you said when. I said later, then later became tomorrow. Tomorrow became another week, and suddenly you're looking at me like I'm somebody you don't need. I can't blame you, I taught you how to live without me. I was standing in the room while you were learning how to leave it.
You were there, but you weren't there for me. And now I understand why you stopped reaching. You were there,
But I needed more than that.
I needed you to see me.
Not just stand beside me.
You were there.
I just wish you had been there for me.
You were there.
When loving you,
started feeling like needing you.
Yeah, you called when you were lonely, I answered every time. I called when I was falling apart, you always knew my mind. We became each other's shelter, each other's only place. If you had a bad night, I was the first name you'd say. If I couldn't sleep, I'd drive straight to your door. We told ourselves it was love, maybe it was more. Cause I didn't know who I was when you weren't around, and you didn't know how to stand when I wasn't holding you up.
We thought we were saving each other. Maybe we were just afraid of being alone, afraid of what we'd become without each other's name. You needed me, I needed you, but somewhere in between, we forgot what love was supposed to do. You needed me, I needed you. Maybe we weren't holding on because it felt right. Maybe we were holding on cause letting go felt worse.
I stopped making plans without you, stopped going places alone. Every decision became something we had to decide together. It felt romantic at first, then it felt like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't tell where you ended and where I began. You knew every weakness, I knew every fear. You could calm me down just by saying you were here, but that's the problem. We made each other necessary, not happy, necessary. And when you needed space, I heard rejection. When I needed space, you heard abandonment. So we kept pulling closer every time we should have stepped back. Two people terrified of losing something neither one knew how to have.
You needed me, I needed you, but somewhere in between, we forgot what love was supposed to do. You needed me, I needed you. Maybe we weren't holding on because it felt right. Maybe we were holding on, cause letting go
I couldn't tell if I miss you or just miss having somebody. Couldn't tell if you love me or was scared of being lonely. Every argument ended with one of us saying don't leave. Every apology became another reason we stayed. We kept calling it loyalty, calling fear commitment, calling dependency devotion. Just because it felt expensive, then the relationship became the only thing we talked about. And the more we tried to save it, the less of ourselves we had.
You needed reassurance, I needed validation. You needed my attention, I needed your confirmation. You needed me beside you, I needed you to need me. Two broken people building something neither could leave.
Every boundary felt like distance, every distance felt like danger. Every time you tried to breathe, I treated breathing like betrayal. We weren't lovers anymore, we were each other's lifeline. And that's when I knew something wasn't right. If I leave, you fall, if you leave, I break. never okay. Keep feeding the fake, keep repeating the pattern, keep calling it forever while we're both getting damaged. You became my reason, I became your rescue. But love shouldn't feel like someone can't survive without you.
Needing me, I need you. But needing someone isn't always love. Needing me, I needed you. And maybe letting go was the only way we could finally become ourselves.
I loved you,
I loved you.
I just didn't know
Where you ended
and where I began. Where I began.
I know you were angry, but some things you don't forget just because someone says sorry.
Yeah, we were already fighting before I walked through the door. You said I never listened. I said I couldn't take it anymore. Yeah. You pushed, I pushed back, then everything got loud. I said things in 5 minutes that took 5 years to tear down. I knew exactly where to hit, that's what makes it worse. I knew your deepest fears and I turned them into words. You went quiet, I should've stopped, I didn't. I kept going because winning the argument felt more important than losing you.
I heard every word, I tried to let them go, but some words stay with you long after the anger goes. You said you didn't mean it, but I heard every word. You said you were just angry, but anger doesn't make it hurtless. You said you didn't mean it.
Maybe that's true.
Maybe that's true, but I can't unhear the things you said when you were hurting.
Yeah, you apologized the next morning. You held me like before, but I kept hearing your voice from the night before. You said you loved me, I wanted to believe you. I just didn't know which version of you was telling the truth. I wish I could say I lost control, but that's not the whole truth. I knew what I was saying, I just didn't care what it would do to you. That's the part I can't hide behind anger. I used your pain like ammunition and asked you to forgive me like forgiveness erased the damage. I thought saying sorry meant the story was over. Didn't understand that trust doesn't reset because you regret what you did.
You said you didn't mean it, but I heard every word. You said you were just angry, but anger doesn't make it hurtless. You said you didn't mean it.
Maybe that's true.
Maybe that's true, but I can't unhear the things you said when you were hurt.
I said you're too much, said nobody else would stay. Said everything was your fault just to make you feel the same pain. Said I didn't need you, said I never loved you. Said I'd be better off without you when I knew I wasn't. Then I watched your face change, watched something disappear. You weren't fighting anymore, you were done trying to hear me. And that's when I realized I finally said the one thing I can never take back. Every sentence that I weaponized, every insult that I personalized, every little insecurity I turned into a reason to criticize. Every time you tried to leave, I pulled you back with promises. Every time you came back, I gave you another reason not to trust again. I kept confusing being honest with being cruel. Kept calling anger passion, kept calling damage something cool. But there ain't nothing strong about making somebody smaller just to feel big. I said it, I meant it for a second and regretted it immediately. But regret doesn't delete, but your mouth just made reality. You can take back the sentence, you can beg for forgiveness, but the person who heard it still remembers every syllable. And I can say
I was angry,
I can say I wasn't myself,
but I was still the one
standing there
saying everything else.
I wasn't possessed, I wasn't confused.
I was hurt and I chose to hurt. what it felt like to believe you. Some words disappear, some don't. When did we stop?
Yeah.
Talking like we loved each other.
Yeah, we used to stay up late, just talking about nothing. Now we sit in the same room and can't find a subject. You used to tell me everything, now I hear it from somebody else. Funny how you can know someone and still not know them anymore. We stopped asking how the day went, stopped laughing at stupid things, stopped reaching for each other. When one of us walked in, the house got quieter, the silence got louder, and neither one of us wanted to say it first.
I still remember when we couldn't get enough. Now I can't remember the last time we felt like us. What did we become? How did we get this far apart? We used to be everything, now we're strangers, sharing the same heart. What did we become?
When did we stop trying?
When did we stop trying?
Was it one big moment
or 1,000 little goodbyes?
I don't hate you, that's what makes it harder. If I hated you, maybe leaving would be easier. But I still know your coffee order, still know when you're pretending you're okay, still know the look on your face when something's bothering you. I just don't know how to reach you anymore. Yeah, we kept saying we're just tired, we'll get through it, we just need some time. But time doesn't fix what people refuse to face. We became experts at surviving uncomfortable conversations. You go quiet, I get defensive, you walk away, I let you, then we'd wake up and pretend nothing happened until pretending became normal.
What did we become? How did we get this far apart? We used to be everything, now we're strangers, sharing the same heart. What did we become?
When did we stop trying?
When did we stop trying?
Was it one big moment
or 1,000 little goodbyes?
Maybe it was every night we chose silence over speaking. Every morning we woke up knowing something was missing. Every I'm fine when neither one was fine. Every time we needed comfort and decided we'd be alright, we kept waiting for a sign, waiting for the other to fix it. But love doesn't disappear suddenly.
Sometimes you slowly stop protecting it.
Yeah, we stopped fighting for each other, started fighting just to win. Stopped admitting when we were wrong, started keeping everything in. Stopped asking for forgiveness, started keeping every score. Stopped reaching for each other, started sleeping facing opposite doors. And I don't know which one of us changed first, I just know somewhere along the way we stopped making it work. Now we're sitting here, two people with a history, looking at each other like we're looking at a mystery. How can someone know your heartbeat, know your fears, know your secrets, and still become somebody you don't recognize anymore? Maybe we didn't stop loving, maybe we stopped knowing how. Maybe love was still there, we just didn't know what to do with it.
What did we become? How did we get this far apart? We used to be everything, now we're strangers, sharing the same heart. What did we become?
Maybe we'll never know.
Sometimes love doesn't disappear,
It just becomes something
you can't hold anymore. I still know you, I just don't know us I still know you, I just don't know us anymore.
I thought I wanted more,
I didn't know.
I already had enough. were there when I was broke, when I had nothing to show. You never asked for perfect, you just wanted me close. I kept chasing something bigger, something I couldn't explain. While you were standing beside me, I was looking the other way. You knew the worst parts of me still stay when I pushed you away.
I thought you'd always be there, I thought you knew I'd change.
That's the part I can't defend, I treat it forever like it was guaranteed.
You kept reaching for me, I kept waiting for you. Maybe we were both tired, maybe love wasn't enough. I didn't know what I had until I watched it disappear. I thought there'd always be tomorrow, I thought you'd always be here. I didn't know what I had, and now I finally see. Sometimes you lose the best thing because you never stop to look. I remember all the little things, yeah. You bring me coffee in the morning, yeah. You know when something was wrong before I said a word. I never needed perfect, I just needed you to notice. And somewhere along the way you stopped noticing me.
I can list every excuse, but none of them make it better. Work was crazy, life was moving, I thought we'd have forever. You asked me for my time, I gave you everything but that. Then I wonder why you changed, like I couldn't see the cracks. You weren't asking for the world, you were asking me to show up. And I kept giving you reasons when what you needed was enough. Now I understand the silence, I understand the way you left. You weren't asking me to save you, you were asking me to care.
I didn't know what I had until I watched it disappear. I thought there'd always be tomorrow, I thought you'd always be here. I didn't know what I had, and now I finally see. Sometimes you lose the best thing because you never stop to
I kept moving, kept improving, kept pursuing every dream. While you were standing in the doorway wondering what happened to me. I said later, you said when, I said soon. You waited, I kept thinking love was something that would wait until I made it. But time doesn't wait, people don't either. And by the time I turned around, you were already leaving. I had everything I wanted, I
just didn't know it yet. You don't miss me, you miss having me. There's a difference.
Yeah. You left when it got hard, said you needed something new. I didn't chase you down, I let you do what you had to do. You said we'd be better off if we went our separate ways. So I spent all those nights learning how to live without your name. The months went by, I got better, got my life back. Stopped checking my phone every time I heard a ringtone. Then you called, said you miss me. Funny how the timing works, you don't miss the person until you see them doing fine.
You had your chance, I waited for you then. But you don't get to come back just because I'm okay again. You don't get to miss me now, you don't get to want me back. You walked away when I needed you, you can't change that fact. You don't get to miss me now, just because I'm doing fine. You had my heart when I was yours, you don't get it twice. I used to wait for your call, I used to hope you'd change. Now I hear your voice and I don't feel the same. It's not that I don't remember, I just don't wanna go back.
I know I hurt you, I know I wasn't easy. I know there were nights you needed me and I was selfish, but I thought leaving was what you wanted. So don't tell me you changed now because you finally lost me. You had every chance to say you wanted to stay. You chose the door, you chose the distance, you chose yesterday. Now you're looking at my life like you still belong inside it, but you can't walk back in just because you finally miss it.
You don't get to miss me now, you don't get to want me back. You walked away when I needed you, you can't change that fact. You don't get to miss me now, just because I'm doing fine.
But missing what we had doesn't mean we should relive it. I remember every promise, every night I tried to save it. You remember all the good cause you went there when I was breaking. Now you're calling, now you're asking, now you're saying you regret it. But regret doesn't rewind time and love doesn't reset it.
You don't get to miss me now. I finally learned to let you go. You don't get to want me back just because you finally know I loved you once, I won't deny. But I won't lose myself again just to keep you in my life. You don't miss me. Oh, you miss who I was when I still loved you. When did we stop talking like we loved each other?
Yeah. Yeah. We used to stay up late, just talking about nothing. Now we sit in the same room and can't find a subject. You used to tell me everything, now I hear it from somebody else. Funny how you can know someone and still not know them anymore. We stopped asking how the day went, stopped laughing at stupid things, stopped reaching for each other. When one of us walked in, the house got quieter, the silence got louder, and neither one of us wanted to say it first. I still remember when we couldn't get enough. Now I can't remember the last time we felt like us. What did we become? How did we get this far apart? We used to be everything, now we're strangers sharing the same heart. What did we become? When did we stop trying? Was it one big moment or 1,000 little goodbyes? I don't hate you, that's what makes it harder if I hated you. Maybe leaving will be easier, but I still know your coffee order. Still know when you're pretending you're okay. Still know the look on your face when something's bothering you. I just don't know how to reach you anymore. We kept saying we're just tired, we'll get through it, we just need some time. But time doesn't fix what people refuse to face. We became experts at surviving uncomfortable conversation. You go quiet, I get defensive, you walk away, I'd let you. Then we wake up and pretend nothing happened until pretending became normal.
What did we become? How did we get this far apart? We used to be everything, now we're strangers. We used to be everything, now we're strangers sharing the same heart. Oh, what did we become? When did we stop trying? Was it one big moment or 1,000 little goodbyes?
It was every night, we chose silence over speaking. Every morning we woke up knowing something was missing. Every I'm fine, when neither one was fine. Every time we needed comfort and decided we'd be alright. We kept waiting for a sign, waiting for the other to fix it. But love doesn't disappear suddenly. Sometimes you slowly stop protecting it.
We stopped fighting for each other, started fighting just to win. Stopped admitting when we were wrong, started keeping everything in.
Stop asking for forgiveness, started keeping every score. Stop reaching for each other, started sleeping facing opposite doors. And I don't know which one of us changed first. I just know somewhere along the way we stopped making it work. Now we're sitting here, two people with a history, looking at each other like we're looking at a mystery. How can someone know your heartbeat, know your fears, know your secrets, and still become somebody you don't recognize anymore? Maybe we didn't stop loving, maybe we stopped knowing how.
Maybe love was still there,
We just didn't know.
what to do with it. What did we become? How did we get this far apart? We used to be everything, now we're strangers. Be everything, said you loved me.
Yeah,
I believed you.
maybe that's why.
I still think about it.
Yeah, you said you love me, I took you at your word. Never thought I'd have to ask if you meant what I heard. When you said I'm here, I thought that meant you'd stay. Not just when we were good, but when we had a bad day. I remember sitting in your car outside my place. You were staring at the wheel, I was staring at your face. You said, I don't wanna lose you, I said, then don't. Funny how 4 little words can mean so much, yeah. You said forever, I was thinking years ahead. You were thinking about tonight, I was thinking about the life we'd have. You needed room, I needed answers. We were asking at the wrong time. You were scared of losing you, I was
Scared of losing mine. Every time you put away, I held on harder. Every time I held on, you needed more space. I did love you, I just didn't know how to love you the way you needed me to. You said you loved me, I thought you meant forever. You said you'd stay, I thought we'd make it through. Baby, you loved me, baby, I loved you too. We just didn't know what love was asking us to do.
You call me after every fight, I'd answer every time. I'd tell you what you wanted to hear, then tell myself we'll find. 3 days later, same room, same fight, same words. You say, why do you make this harder? I say, why don't you make it work? I wasn't asking for perfection, I was asking where I stood. You said, you know I love you, I said, I know you would. But knowing isn't feeling it, and hearing isn't enough. Yeah, I kept reading every message like the meaning might be hidden. Looking for a little proof inside the words you kept deleting. You kept saying, don't worry, while I worried even more. I was trying to hold the future, you were trying to close the door. Maybe I held on too long, maybe you let go too soon. Maybe we were both right
And still wrong for each other. I knew you needed more than I could give, and every time I tried, I lost a part of me. You said you loved me, I thought you meant forever. You said you'd stay, I thought we'd make it through. Baby, you loved me, baby, I loved you too. We just didn't know what love was asking us to do. I never lied when I said I loved you. I just didn't know that loving someone
doesn't always mean you know how to stay. Maybe that's the part that hurts. There ain't a lie I can expose, no betrayal I can point to, no one thing that caused it all. You love me in your own way, I love you with my whole life. You were trying to protect your heart, I was trying to make you mine. I kept thinking if I gave more, you believed that I was worth it. You kept thinking if you stayed longer, you would lose yourself inside it. So we turned love into a question, turned a promise into pressure. Started counting who gave what instead of asking what was better. And I could call you selfish, you could call me too demanding, but the truth is we were both just trying to hold what we couldn't manage.
You said you love me,
I believe you.
that's the hardest part. You said you love me, and maybe you meant it, yeah. You said you love me in the only way I knew. You said you love me, I don't think that was a lie. Some love is real and still doesn't survive. You said you love me, I believe, had you to win. You said you love me, love had been enough. You said you love me. You always call me.
When you needed someone,
I just never realized
I was never the one you wanted. Yeah, you called me after midnight, said you couldn't sleep. Said you needed somebody who would listen, so I stayed. You told me about the guy who broke your heart again. I told you he was wrong for you, then watched you call him back. I knew your favorite coffee, knew the songs you played, knew which side of the bed you liked, knew how you took your tea. You knew I'd pick up every time you call my phone. That's the problem, I was always there, but I was never home. I was close enough to know the details, far enough to never touch them. You would tell me who you wanted, I would tell you that you shouldn't. Every breakup, every makeup, every this one's different. I was standing on the sideline while you gave somebody else your everything.
You say you're such a good friend.
I hated hearing that,
'cause every time you said it, I knew exactly where I stood. I knew you cared, I knew you stayed, but I never promised I'd feel the same way. You never picked me, I was always right there. You called when you needed me, but you never saw me there. Oh, I kept waiting for you to change your mind. You never picked me, and I can't keep asking why.
Yeah. I remember when you called me crying from his apartment, said you wanted to leave. So I drove across town, you got in the car, put your head against the window. I wanted to say everything, but I knew that wasn't what you needed. You said,
I don't know what I'd do without you. I almost told you.
Instead I said you'll be okay. That's the kind of friend I became. Yeah, I kept giving you the pieces that I thought would make you notice. Every favor, every late night drive, every time I kept my focus. You were grateful, you were kind, you never tried to leave me on. I just kept turning every little moment into something it wasn't. You never lied to me,
That's what makes it worse.
I built a future
Out of things you never promised. I never meant to make you wait, I just couldn't give you a love I didn't feel. You never picked me, I was always right there. You called when you needed me, but you never saw me there. I kept waiting for you to change your mind. You never picked me, and I can't keep asking why. You matter to me more than you probably know, but I can't turn gratitude
into something it isn't. You deserve someone who chose you without hesitation. I wasn't that person. I confused being needed with being wanted, being trusted with devotion. Turn 100 little moments into evidence of emotion. You were honest from the start, I just kept hoping you would change. So I stayed inside the waiting room and called it love instead of pain. I wasn't your almost boyfriend, I was your almost never. The person you could count on but never saw forever. And I can't blame you for the heart you couldn't give me. Can't blame myself for wanting more, but I can finally leave it. 'Cause if I have to
keep convincing you that I'm the one you need, then I'm not the one you need. That's the truth, you never picked me, and now I understand. I can't make somebody love me just because they know who I am. You never picked me, and I know that's okay. I hope you find the person you never have to doubt. You were always there. I know
I just couldn't love you
the way you wanted me to. Maybe in another life,
we would have met
when we were free.
I met you at the wrong time, that's the easiest way to say it. You were building something there, I was trying to escape it. We talked until the coffee shop was closing for the night. Neither one of us wanted to be the first to say goodbye. You told me about your plans, I told you about mine. Funny how they both sounded better when we put them side by side. I knew you had somebody, you knew I wasn't ready. Still every conversation made it harder to keep pretending. We were talking about the future like the future had a window, making jokes about apartments, little places we could rent though. Then reality came knocking every time the night was over. You went home to what you built, I went back to being alone. And no one cheated, no one lied, no one had to be the bad guy. We just met at the exact moment when neither one could change their life.
I knew what I had, I knew what I'd lose. And every time I saw you, I still had to choose. We met too late, that's all I can say. You felt like the right one at the wrong time in my life. We met too late, and I wish it wasn't true. 'Cause sometimes you find love when you can't choose it too.
Yeah, I remember driving home after we talked that night, sitting at the red light, trying not to change my mind. I knew I could call you, I knew you'd answer, but I also knew what that call would mean. I had people counting on me, a life I couldn't walk away from, a promise I'd already made before I ever knew your name. And you were standing there with nothing holding you back. That's what scared me, because if I chose you, I would've had to become someone
I didn't know how to be.
I could've made excuses, could've told myself we'd figure it out. Could've kept you in the shadows, kept pretending we were different. But I knew that wasn't fair to you, wasn't fair to anyone. So I let you think I didn't care when caring was the hardest part.
You thought I was choosing somebody else.
I was choosing the life I'd already promised to live. Yeah, I understand now, but understanding doesn't mean
it doesn't hurt. We met too late, that's all I can say. You felt like the right one at the wrong time in my life. We met too late, and I wish it wasn't true. 'Cause sometimes you find love when you can't choose it too.
I used to hate that answer. Wrong time sounded like a lie, like something people say when they don't have the guts to try. But I got older, saw how complicated life can get. Sometimes walking away from love isn't fair, sometimes it's respect. I could've asked you to leave, could've made you choose, could've turned what we had into something we both regret. But I knew if I loved you, I couldn't make your whole life pay for what I wanted. So I stopped calling late, stop looking for a reason, stop turning every memory into proof that we should have been together. I still think about you sometimes, probably more than I should. But wanting you beside me doesn't mean that I would take you from the life you chose.
Maybe that's growing up,
Knowing when to fight,
knowing love
means letting go. Yeah, we were almost something, almost time, and almost everything we pictured. Two people with a connection that was real but couldn't fit us. I could rewrite every detail, say we shouldn't taking chances, but the truth is every choice we make becomes somebody else's answer. You had a life before me, I had a life before you, and no matter how convincing all the chemistry could feel, there were promises and people, there were consequences to consider.
And sometimes being honest means accepting what you cannot change.
So I won't call you the one that got away,
You were the one I met
when there was no way to stay.
We met too late, but I won't call it a mistake. You gave me something real, even if it couldn't stay. We met too late, and maybe that's okay. Some people change your life without being meant to stay. Maybe in another life,
We would've had more time.
maybe.
This one wasn't ours. Everybody thought we were happy. Maybe that's why
We stayed so long.
Yeah. Yeah. of the picture said we look good together. You smile beside me, I smile back, make it look like perfect weather. We had dinner with your parents, took a trip in the summer, posted pictures from the hotel. Everybody said we were lucky, but nobody saw the drive home. Nobody heard us in the kitchen, nobody knew how quiet it got when the door closed. You'd ask me, what's wrong? I say nothing, you'd say good, and we go right back to pretending. We got good at looking happy, got the timing down, a second smile for every photograph, hide attention in the exits. Everybody saw forever, nobody saw what we were losing. We were perfect on the outside while the inside kept on moving. Your friends said I was lucky, mine said you were amazing. Funny how the people watching never knew what they were praising.
I knew we weren't happy, I knew it every night. Believing something good is harder when it still looks right. We looked good together,
That's what everybody said.
we looked good in pictures,
We look good in every room.
we looked good together.
Maybe that was the problem.
Everybody saw us, nobody saw the truth.
I remember getting dressed for your friend's birthday party. You asked if I was okay, I said yes. You kissed my forehead and told me I looked beautiful. For a second I almost believed everything was fine. Then we got in the car, you turned the music up. Neither one of us spoke for 20 minutes. I knew something was gone, I just didn't know how to say it. I was scared that if I admitted it, I'd lose the life we'd built. So I kept
Showing up,
I kept smiling.
I kept telling everyone
We were good, you weren't lying. You were trying to hold it together.
I just wish you told me
Before we became strangers,
we looked good together.
that's what everybody said.
We looked good in pictures,
We look good in every room.
we looked good together.
Maybe that was the problem.
Everybody saw us, nobody saw the truth.
I can't even blame you for the silence anymore, cause I was standing right beside you pretending to. I knew we were fading, I just didn't know what to do. We kept buying new furniture for a house we didn't feel at home in. Kept making future plans while quietly planning how to leave, and that's the part nobody tells you. Sometimes a relationship doesn't explode, sometimes it just gets quieter. Less conversation, more excuses, more avoiding every question. More I'm tired, more tomorrow, more pretending we're connected. We weren't fighting, we weren't cheating, we weren't screaming at each other. We were sitting next to somebody we couldn't reach anymore. And somehow that's worse, because when there's no villain, you can't even hate somebody.
You just
Have to admit it's over. We were good at the appearance, good at keeping everybody convinced, good at saying we're okay when we both knew what it meant, good at taking one more picture, one more dinner, one more weekend, good at building up a life that neither one of us was living. And I don't regret the years, I don't regret the things we made, I don't regret the nights we laughed, the trips, the plans, the mistakes. I just wish we stopped performing before we forgot who we were.
Cause love shouldn't feel like something you have to prove to people who aren't even in the room. We looked good together, but we weren't good anymore. We looked good together, I don't need to hide that now. We looked good together,
Maybe that's all we were.
a beautiful picture of something that wasn't there. Everybody thought we were happy, maybe we did too. For a while, they warned me about heaven, but nor do they warned me about you.
Yeah. Your lipstick tasted like a beautiful mistake, a slow motion disaster I was willing to take. Everybody saw the flames before we saw the spark. Now we're dancing barefoot through the dark. You were danger like perfume, I was scars like fashion. We called it love, but
Maybe it was addiction. Addiction. Every kiss felt like a prayer, every touch became a sin. I should've walked away, but I let you pull me in. This is the devil's favorite love song. Two still choose you once more.
We built a kingdom from broken promises, decorated every room with consequences. You said forever, like it wasn't a loaded gun. And somehow I believed everyone. Now the angels look away when they hear our names, because even paradise couldn't handle these flames.
These flames, everyone inside was gold. Every red flag looked divine. Maybe some hearts were designed to cross forbidden lines. This is the devil's favorite love song. Two lost souls singing all the wrong words. We burn like stars before they disappear, and call it love, even when it's fear. This is the devil's favorite love song.
Beautiful disaster.
All night long, if heaven closes every door, I'll still choose you once more. Would you love me?
If the world ended tonight, I'd choose you in every ending, even if it meant losing the light.
Would you follow me
into the fire? I've been burning since the day I met you.
This is the devil's favorite love song.
The soundtrack of everything gone wrong.
This is the devil's favorite love song.
We dance with shadows, we kiss the rain.
This is the devil's favorite love song.
We turn heartbreak into a flame.
This is the devil's favorite love song. The sweetest curse I've ever known.
And if I had to live it all again,
I'd walk straight back into the storm. Maybe heaven was never the destination. Maybe it was always you. Can you hear me? Hello?
I wasn't looking for a miracle, wasn't staring at the sky, wasn't waiting for your shadow to come back into my life. I made peace with the silence, learned how to live alone, learned some people become memories, and memories become home. Then a radio I never touched started singing in the dark, like the universe remembered a forgotten part of me,
Of you, of everything we knew, and suddenly the impossible started sounding true. Across the distance, across the years, some signals never disappear. You're the last signal breaking through the noise. After all this time, I still know your voice. Through the static, through the night, through the darkness, through the light, you're the last signal. Still reaching me, still reaching me. Still reaching me.
across eternity. Maybe it left 1,000 years ago, maybe it crossed a dying star, maybe it traveled through forever, just to find out where we are. Funny how a single voice can break a heart wide open. Funny how one moment can wake up what was frozen. I thought I learned to let you go, thought I buried every trace. Then your name arrived in static like a ghost from outer space. I
Never really left, I was just far away.
light years, lost years, old fears, cold tears. Every message disappeared somewhere between the atmosphere. Broken satellites, fading lights, endless lonely cosmic nights. Still somehow we made it through. Out of everyone, back to you. Every second, every mile, every reason to deny that maybe love survives long enough to bend space and time.
You're the last signal breaking through the noise. After all this time, I still know your voice. Through the static, through the night, through the darkness, through the light, you're the last signal. Still reaching me. If this is goodbye,
Then why does it feel like hello?
Maybe because
Some endings arrive late.
Message received. I miss you. I know. Can you hear me? Hello. Some voices never disappear. They just learn how to echo.
I went back to the shoreline years after you left, thinking time would have taken what I had left of us, of those nights, of those dreams we couldn't say. But the ocean had a better memory than my fading brain. I stood there for a moment watching daylight drown. Then I heard your laughter somewhere in the sound of waves breaking against the rocks below. And suddenly every goodbye felt brand new.
Every word we never said, still floating in the blue, somewhere between the tide and the memory of you. The ocean kept your voice long after you were gone, carried every promise, every unfinished song. And every wave that reaches me brings another piece of you. The ocean kept your voice when I couldn't.
I forgot the color of your jacket, the perfume you wore. Forgot the little details I swore I'd never ignore. But somehow your voice survived every passing year, like it found a place to hide somewhere near the wind, the tide, the silence at night, the moments when the world goes quiet and memories come alive. Maybe that's how love escapes. When everything else fades, it turns into a sound that never goes away.
Time took photographs, time took names, but some echoes remain.
Every shoreline, every sunset, every memory I can't forget. Every late night, every regret, still alive in my headset. Maybe healing isn't losing, maybe healing is learning how to carry what is gone without constantly hurting. Cause every time the ocean calls, I hear the person I once knew. Not the ending, not the leaving, just the best parts of you.
The ocean kept your voice long after you were gone, carried every promise, every unfinished song. And every wave that reaches me brings another piece of you. The ocean kept your voice when I couldn't. Do you still miss me?
Not the way I used to.
Then how?
Like an old song I don't play every day, but still know every word to.
The ocean kept your voice through every passing year, through every storm, through every tear. And even when the world moves on and every photograph turns blue, the ocean keeps reminding me that I once had you. The ocean kept your voice,
So I would never forget.
but some people leave your life.
But never really leave.
Can you hear me?
Not anymore.
I remember you now, without the pain.